Hello, friends. We have a very young and very interesting person here, Dr. Dharmesh Shah. The reason I say interesting is because although he is the Vice Chancellor in university in India, uh, he actually has got a lot of industry experience as well, which is quite rare to find. So I'm quite excited to talk to him. So, Dr. Dharmesh, welcome to this Leap interview series.
Thank you. My pleasure, Sachin.
Great. So, Dr. Dharmesh, briefly tell us about your journey.
So basically, I completing my 10 plus 2, I joined an elite engineering institute called LD College of Engineering to pursue my bachelor's in electronics and communication. And after completion of graduation in 1992, I started working in an industry for 2 years. And then within that 2 years span, I got again selected. Only graduation is not enough if I want to continue in academics. So later on in 97, I joined a law college at my same place, which is a morning institute. So I did my law in taxation from 97 to 98, 99. And then under the Quality Improvement Program scheme of AICTE, I was selected for Master's Studies at Indian Institute of Science at Bangalore. So I did my M.Tech from IISc Bangalore from 1999 2001. So that was a sponsored program. And after completion of
That was in aerospace, is it?
that was in aerospace with specialization in control and guidance.
Wow.
Right.
So
So
I think electronics and then education and then into, you said law, right?
yeah, I did my law
Taxation.
also in Texas with a specialization in taxation.
Wow. So you
So
basically decided that you want to learn everything that is there in the plan on the planet.
no, not exactly that way. But basically, what I understood during my when I joined the government institute as a faculty, and then when I was going through the details, then at least I thought that everyone should understand what is our constitution is, because constitution is normally not been taught as a part of the curriculum in all programs.
Yes.
So just as a passion to know about the constitution and our basic philosophy of working, I decided to do the law. And today, if I say, though I did it with that intention, but it helps in administration also in understanding and putting up the facts in right perspective on our documents. So
Wow.
that has also helped me to nurture my skills in techno-legal documentation aspects.
Amazing thought process, I must say. That is very impressive.
So, yeah.
The reason why you chosen those kind of studies, and you're absolutely right. The Constitution is not taught, and when you know the Constitution, you have put down a strong foundation for your life, not just for your
Yeah.
career.
So that also helps me to understand today that only learning and earning is not important. We also have to think about giving back to society, because that is the framework that Constitution has in general built up. All right. So then I think I continued my then part, and then from 2002 to 2008, I pursued my PhD in intelligence system. That is again a control system design application at MS University. And in between 2007, I decided to leave the government job and went to industry.
Wow.
So 2007 to 2010, I was with E-Info Chips and Cybris Technologies, where I was working on chip design projects, semiconductor chip design and verification projects. And then 2010, one of my mentor, Professor Dr. M.N. Patel, who was Vice Chancellor at Gujarat Technological University and Gujarat University, he insisted me that you are good with an academics, you have good industry background as well now. So why don't you come back to academics again and strengthen this pillar of the society? So
Wow.
that's how again 2010 came back to academics as a principal and head of an institute. But again, that passion of working something differently for an industry continued. So in 2012, parallelly, I started my own company and started working on a LED design projects. So that time, LED based lighting was a new. And so I started working on how to design, what are the current based principles, and how it can help us to reduce the power consumption. Right. So I was working for various projects with the USA customers, China, Hong Kong, South Africa, Singapore, UAE, Oman. So that actually helped me to learn a lot of things with reference to the different countries' perspective also, because
Wow.
every country has a different guidelines when it comes to the implementation of engineering projects. So, like in if I'm talking about in India, if I have to put a tender for purchasing light, then I normally give the specification that this many number of lights, this many voltage is required. Whereas in a countries like UAE and South Africa, they says, okay, these are the specifications that I want this much lumens on the ground, and this is the road. Now you design a solution, design the height of the pole, angle of the pole, how many lights you require, what is the voltage required. So that helped me to understand the various concepts, because ultimately we have to train our young engineers in this direction, right? So US also has a different requirement. This is only US and UK, because they are again more with an energy saving concept and a safety aspects as a priority. So this is we only need a product with the DLC certified, Energy Star certified, then only we'll purchase. So how to get those certification and testing done, that also was important. And so
Wow.
actually doing that actually helped me to strengthen myself with the basic fundamentals, which I can pass it to the students as well.
Wow, that's amazing. Amazing. So I think, having had this kind of a variety of experience in core technological subjects, which is actually your educational background as well, engineering and electronics and so on, uh,
Yes.
worked in chip designing. So you really worked at the, uh, you can say, very close to the core of technology rather than the application of the technology. And actually, because you worked in the industry, you utilized that core to see and apply in the real world projects, which is
True.
really amazing. Um, and then obviously now you are as a provost, as they call in vice chancellor of this university. So, what is your current job, and how you see that going forward?
Yeah. So currently, as a vice chancellor, I am looking at an overall administration first. I am also involved in making a strategic planning for this our university, that where we want to see our university in a 5 year time span. So all this, all activities at the university has been carried out by me here, because again we are part of Cadila Pharmaceuticals. That is again largest pharmaceutical privately owned pharmaceutical company of India. So being a corporate governance aspects, the whole responsibility is assigned to vice chancellor. That everything at a campus is to be managed by the vice chancellor, even financial planning, monitoring, and the vision plan implementation. Right. So
So,
I'm taking care
is
of
it
everything.
owned by Cadila Pharmaceuticals?
So like in if you look at in a structure, basically any Section 8 company or trust can only start the university. So
Oh,
Section 8 is basically non-profit company, right? So
right.
what they have done is they have a trust in the name of Indrashil Kakaba and Kalabut Charitable Trust, and this trust is headed by the founder of the Kedilas, and
Oh,
this trust has started this university. So basically, it's an education initiative of the Kedila with the trust as a parenting body.
wow. Oh,
So our
I mean,
president of the university is CMD of the Kedila Pharma, Dr.
right,
Rajiv.
right. So, does the university in that case, this is a private university, so does it need
Yes.
to be non-profit or it can be profit organization?
So see, basically, it's a trust which is a like non-profit organization, right? So
Correct.
anything which is under the trust, which is that again becomes a non-profit entity. But the profit that we make it, we have to save something so that we can do the future expansion, right?
Correct. Correct.
Basically, anything that we are making it out of in the university, that again is getting back to the society in the way of some infrastructure development or facility for the students.
Correct. Because the there is no owner, so there is no private person who can take the profits out.
Yes,
So,
absolutely.
so
It has
even
to
though it
go
is
back to the institute.
it is part of the trust, so it is
Yes.
right. Wow, that's really fantastic. I think you are from industry. You have the parent company, should I say, which is also an organization, a commercial organization,
Mhm.
which gives a very strong base to the education in general, because they are running an industry, so they know what should be right in the education sector if they're running
True.
it. Yeah.
And then the founders are like they're very philanthropic. see the name of the university is Indrashil University. That is derived from the name of the parents of our CMD. So
Right.
his father's name is Indravadan Bhai and my name is Sheila Ben. So from there it has come down to the Indrashil University,
Wow.
right? So all our approaches are also philanthropic at a campus. So we provide scholarship to the needy students. We even in certain cases waive the fees also if they are not in a position to survive.
Wow. So what sort of, I mean, obviously it's a university, so you'll have probably lots of courses and so on. So graduation, post-graduation, you cover all the umbrella of courses.
So basically, we are focused as a life science university. Our major focus is a life science related courses, right? So
Okay.
we have a BSc program in chemistry, BSc in bioscience, biotechnology. Then we also offer forensic sciences as well as MSc program in the same domain. Then in engineering side, we offer computer science, IT. And then as Gujarat is becoming hub towards semiconductor industry, we also offer B.Tech program in semiconductor and electronics, right? Chip design part. We have a pharmaceutical background, so we are offering BPharm also as a 4-year graduation program. And
Wow.
then BBA, BSc, IT, because these are the BBA, BSc, these are required again for the industry to survive. Our BBA program is unique in the sense that normally BBA people do with the marketing, HR, finance kind of things, whereas we
Right.
offer hospital management also as one of the specialization.
Wow. Amazing.
So, we need a lot of hospital. We have a lot of hospitals, but then we also need people who can manage these resources for the healthcare facility to be utilized better, right?
Wow. Fantastic.
So our
And
focus is again with the healthcare, but then we provide the umbrella.
right. And you also have the MBA?
No, we
MBA.
don't offer MBA program as on review for the bachelor's program in business administration.
Okay. Brilliant. Brilliant. So how many total number of students in the university?
Yeah, so total we are 5-year-old university. This is a sixth year we have started. So at present we have around 1,000 students. To be very specific, 987 students on campus as
Wow.
an enrolled student, and out of this, around 350 students are residing on the campus in our campus hostels.
Wow, fantastic, fantastic. That's amazing. I think, 5, 6 years in education industry, it's a very short span of time. So I think you are growing really, really well, I must say, to this kind of a number. And what matters is actually the quality that you deliver rather than the quantity of students you produce.
Yes.
Um,
Yeah. So apart from academics, we have very good facility in terms of research as well. So if you look at in a 5-year span, we have got nearly 600 Scopus publications.
wow.
So that's a good number. And then our, I think, H index is also 25 plus. So that gives us an edge in terms of a research that we are doing at a campus. And good number of research grant also we have fetched with our efforts by the faculty and our students.
Excellent, excellent. That's really, really amazing. And so let me just divert from your institution to in general education, and let me try to uh, get your views for the audience about education in general. So my first question is, in today's digital world, what are the skills that you think are required by every student?
See, digital literacy is foremost important because, but what I understand is that today students need to develop an attitude to relearn at some stage because whatever you are learning today is going to be obsolete in few days. Technology is changing very fast. So
Yes.
if a student is not having an attitude or an aptitude to learn new things frequently, then they are going to be lost. That is one. Second is that AI is also coming up. AI has already come, right? So any student having a general domain expertise along with an AI is definitely going to be useful to the industry as well as society. So it's by saying that I do not mean that AI is going to replace any individuals, but there'll be more different jobs are also going to get created.
Absolutely.
So anyone who is already in a market and learning these new skills will definitely help them to have a better age compared to others. So learning aptitude with the time is more so they have to have the learning aptitude with them. Otherwise, they are not going to survive. Whatever technical knowledge or a commercial knowledge they have, whether in law, engineering, pharmacy, literature, but anything they have to learn new. That is for sure. A person having a knowledge of Java programming few years back is today not required. They need to go beyond that.
Yes,
So
absolutely.
that
With the
so
no code
absolutely
platforms that are there, you don't need coders. You need people with logical thinking, creative thinking to use those platforms who will do the coding for you. Absolutely right.
right. So that helps because otherwise, because everyone is looking for a profit market, making business as an industry, but student has to see that how they match their requirements. So learning, continuous learning, lifelong learning is, I think we already have been talking about a lot. And what I also understand that for that, the major role is faculty has to provide because students they are still niche in the market, right? So as a faculty, so faculty role has changed. Faculty has to become a mentor now. If they still remain a faculty, they are not going to serve the cause. So
That's
if they
that's
become a mentor and guide them that how they can have the career progress for the students, then probably things are going to be different. Because AI, how to judiciously use AI, if there is not it's not been taught in the class, then they are going to use AI without any vision in the plan or without any proper activities.
absolutely, absolutely true. So that actually comes, brings me to another point, which is about faculties. So, yes, absolutely, faculties need to change their role. What they have been doing, they'll have to forget that and probably adopt the new ways of connecting to students. And what students expect from faculties these days is very different to what it was before. Um, what are the activities? So, this is for other institutions and universities. Um, what are the activities that need to be conducted by an institution so that their faculties are upgraded to deliver what is the demand of the current era?
Right. So, see, as I said, faculty needs to be mentor now instead of a faculty. So, because see, what today most of the content is available on a Google or any search engine you talk about, right? So, why students should come to your class? There needs to be something different that you are supposed to provide, and then this different thing can be with the multiple way. One is the industry exposure part, that how these things are going to be utilized in industry, and if you teach according because those things are not available on the internet platforms. So faculty has to go through the industry aspects, study them, and then pass it to the students. That is one. Second is that today's students are using smartphones and internet like anything. So they need to understand what is actually their need and how we can put them into a right track so that they actually find. Because anything which I'm searching on a Google doesn't mean this is right. It's correct, right? So there can be wrong information also. What
Yes,
is right and wrong, that part faculty need to understand and then pass it to the student so that they doesn't get diverted from their career path,
wonderful point you made.
right? So industry interface, understanding the latest technology, and then like if AI today faculty is now not trying to learn AI and then the students are coming up with an AI and this is they are not using it properly, they are not going to use it because you have not taught them, right?
Yes,
So faculty development programs are there since years in our university system, but with the right mindset, looking at the futuristic need, we need to make our programs industry interface, environment friendliness, sustainability, current technology, latest technology coming up. These are the aspects where faculty has to fetch the information and narrate it to the student in a proper way so that they utilize it for the betterment of their career as well as the society, both.
fantastic. What a lovely insight. I think this is going to help a lot of educationists who are in the who are facing the same kind of challenge these days and don't know because it's so far it was that information pass on role to now suddenly the information is available. Well, the
Mm.
information more information is available than you can get from a faculty and then uh, many people are now caught up what to do, where do I do my value add, and you actually nailed the answer really well. I think that just shows the kind of blend that you have with your industry experience and your education. One more question out of this curiosity that I would like to ask. is uh, while faculties, they have to become mentors and all that. Um, what is it that you see coming up where the educational institutions now need to become ready?
So let
It's
me get
it's
you last
not
point.
so I'm asking for your vision, or what you see will happen in next few years or so, for which educational institutions need to become ready.
Yeah. So as I said, see, if you go back 10 years back, go back to 10 years, right in past, so technology was not changing so fast. Now things are moving very fast, right? So, like what I understand is that in order to cater the society better as an academic institute in future, we have to see that our mindset is first change to the futuristic needs, because even industry doesn't know what is going to come tomorrow,
Yes.
right? So I need to prepare. What I'm doing is I'm preparing a manpower for the future, which is still not known,
Yes.
right? So 10 years back, at least industry was aware that 5 years down the line, these things are coming up. But today, that is a change because the way the technology is changing. So what we need to do is that we have to train our students in a way that irrespective of things that is coming up to them, they should be ready to face it upfront. And
Mm.
first thing first that is coming up to me is the mindset. Second is the mental pressure, because
Mhm.
students are not physical, like they are physically maybe good. They must be good. They might be good in doing a lot of things with their phones and fingers, but they are mentally not strong, right? So we also have to think about that mindset changes, but at the same time they are supposed to be mentally tough. So what we have done is that we are sending our faculty to the industry. So vacation, they go to industry, stay there, because something like that faculty, if they have never gone to the industry and then they are trying to understand the trend, then things are not going to work.
Mm.
So we have to see that our faculty is regularly visiting the industry and then understanding the trend and technology. So mindset, understanding trends and technology, making the students physically and mentally stronger is also important, because otherwise they are not going to survive. They are not going to take the pressure, right? And at the same time, see why we only talk about the placement related aspects. Then why only university talks about a job give, like how we our placement is. Can we not become the job givers rather than job seekers? So our student needs to be mentally trained with an innovation startups as well as entrepreneurship aspects, so that
Absolutely.
in case they are not able to do it this, because everyone has a different skill. So if they are ready with the entrepreneurship skills as well, then at least they'll be able to do something on their own and that can click, right? So it's not necessary that every startup and innovation idea clicks, but 1 out of 10 definitely clicks. So that 1 out of 10 can become again a job giver for others and make this whole ecosystem stronger for the better future. Because everyone looking for a job is not should not be the goal for any academic institute.
Yeah, brilliant. I think I see that whatever you do, there are, in most institutions, there are few exceptions where the institution is focusing to bring out the entrepreneurship, right? But
Hmm.
otherwise, in general, 90% of the students, if you ask them, I want to go for a job. And if I say, well, do you want to do business? Yes. But first, we'll do a few years of experience in the job and then go for a business, right? So there is that, absolutely, there is that fear factor, right?
Yes.
Once you get into the job cycle, it's very difficult to come out and say, now I'm going to leave my monthly salary and do entrepreneurship. That it's very
So,
difficult.
yeah. So what we do is that we have a complete startup ecosystem established.
Wow.
A student having an idea, and if they come to us, then we see that whether it has a potential to grow or not. So we have a team of our faculty becomes a mentor there, and we give them up to 2 lakh rupees, Indian rupees, to convert this idea into a prototype. That is proof of
Wow.
concept.
Wow.
So within that so basically parents also are not going to fund them. Why are you spending money? Nothing is going to come, right? So now here we are giving 2 lakh rupees to them with a space at a campus, and they can build a proof of concept.
Wow.
Right? Once they have the proof of concept, and if they want to do the commercialization of this product, Then again, with an Atal incubation facility available with us, we provide them up to 10 lakhs.
Wow.
And then again, we put them to the various mentors and venture capitalist fund so that they present their cases and then try to get the fund for their commercialization. So
Wow.
basically, that ecosystem also we have established at a campus. And I think this is going to be need for every institute, not only us.
Yes, yes.
Everyone has to do this.
I think it needs that drive and experience as well, right? I think which you have obviously, and that's why you are able to drive that. Because otherwise, only funds will not do the job. I think
Yes.
the top level leadership needs to understand how it actually going to work,
Yes.
and for that you need industry experience, which obviously is a great asset that I can see that Indrashil University has got. Uh, and just finally, I just want to express that I find this quite interesting when you said, mentors, uh, where in London School of Digital Business, we actually have only industry experts who do mentoring, right? We
Yes.
don't have any trainers. There is no standard teaching stuff that happens. If there is a session, it's actually a hands-on session where the mentor actually shows this is how you do it, right?
Mhm.
And if there is anything to read, okay, here is the material and you read.
You ready?
And there are pointers where you can find more information and you can read,
True.
because information has got no such value. The value is in the mentorship, and that's what we have implemented, which is very similar to what you have been saying in the programs of London School of Digital Business. And uh, we are heavily building our faculty and leadership development programs, especially for education industry, which we realized is kind of the backbone. Now courses for students is just one thing, but I think the programs, um, and again, the good thing is today the world has become kind of one country,
Family.
right? Because earlier it was difficult. Now we have UK industry experts who
Hmm.
will be able to take online workshops with people sitting across so many countries.
Yes.
But isn't it true now that never before the students had this kind of an opportunity of becoming a, well, taking their careers internationally? Because I think, even if it comes to job or entrepreneurship for that matter, if you think of a venture, you don't think for the local market. You can think for the global market. And
Yes.
as quickly as you can put it online, but if you understand how the global ecosystem works, right, you have access to that. And that's
Yes.
what we have seen in many countries where we have well, of course, London School of Digital Business itself is in 37 countries now, and we see
Yes.
that, there is a shift in the mindset that is required. Skills are there, I think,
Yes.
mindset and opportunities. So
Yes.
mindset is something that they bring in, or we have to cultivate, as you rightly said. Some of the institutions like you are actually focusing on mindset, but many institutions are not. Uh, so cultivate that mindset and present them with an opportunity. Rest, I think students are able to manage. And
Yes.
so do you think that now students can dream for international careers straight out of their college?
So I think, see, in the part where like western part of country, we have more number of students moving abroad for further studies and making a career, right?
Yeah,
We a chunk of students moving. Gujaratis, like they are known to move everywhere in the world, right? So
absolutely.
students at in our institute, when they joined, they first asked, said, what are the opportunities I'm going to have for an international career? What are the tie-ups that you have? Right? So we also offer 3+1 kind of a dual degree program, 1+1 dual degree in masters. We also offer a student faculty exchange program, student exchange programs.
Wow.
So international career today, like my general understanding is that nearly 25 to 30% students completing graduation are looking forward to have a further studies or a future career opportunities with the abroad.
Wow.
That is in general, right?
Yes.
Gujarat has probably more percentage than the Gujarat and probably Punjab has a more percentage than the other countries, other states, sorry. But
Yeah,
yes, students are open to have the career with an. But again, when it comes to the international career, there are a lot of things that also they have to think about. Visa requirements, country-related guidelines, country-related knowledge understanding,
absolutely.
then mapping with the specification requirements, mapping with the standards. So
To be
and then
honest,
again, gelling with the local environment and local people, right?
absolutely, absolutely. All these challenges are there, and I think, to be honest, study abroad has been a very old method for international careers. And I strongly believe, and we have executed these plans in many countries where we say students don't necessarily have to come to UK and study
Hmm,
and spend 30 to 40,000 pounds a year for one year of study. And then you
hmm,
see the kind of job you're going to get, if at all you get. And
hmm.
because you have to have the visa, and even if you have this student work visa, that's again restricted to 2 years.
Yeah,
No university in the UK is actually giving you any mm, guarantee that they will help you get a job.
job.
So,
Yeah,
this is a gamble. So instead, with this digitalization and internalization of many things, we say that you can sit in your own city along with your graduation.
hmm,
We bring you up to speed with the programs, with the
hmm.
industry in UK. And as you rightly said, I think a very nice point you mentioned about the cultural difference between the two. Because if that is not bridged, it is very difficult to work.
Yes.
And I must say, I have heard this from an educationist for the first time in last 8 years.
Hmm.
Somebody who said about the cultural difference, which actually makes a huge difference. Even if you have the skills, you have the knowledge, you have the money, you have the visa, even then, if you don't understand the cultural nuances, you cannot fit into their team.
True.
And so I'm so impressed, Dr. Dharmesh. Um,
My
I
pleasure.
heard it for the first time. Somebody actually saying, because I always say that it is so important that you need to understand do's and don'ts of working with UK company. Remote working is also an art. You have to learn what is acceptable, what is not acceptable in remote working. So if you understand all this, you start your experience journey, UK experience journey, sitting in your city
True.
while you're doing your graduation. And by the
Hmm.
time you finish your graduation, you have some experience, and you might be able to get some remote job or
Right.
work contract to
Hmm.
serve from your own city for the company in
Right.
UK. And that's
Right.
that's happening. That's already
Yeah.
been
So
executed.
digitalization has played a major role in this,
Yeah, absolutely,
and the
absolutely,
network and connectivity, probably internet connectivity.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for your time. I think
Thank you.
the
Thank you, Sachin.
conversation with you was really, really brilliant. Lots of insights for fellow educationists as well as faculties and students who are listening to this. I think I really enjoyed talking to you. Thank you so much for
Same.
your time.
Thank you. Thank you, Sachin.